This is my last video tonight, then I'm going to bed. All right. Click the link below, Silent Hero Films, Silent Hero Films. Floyd Mayweather said when a kid gets old, there's nothing you can do to control him. Well, and I heard Claressa Shields say that too. I'm not barking at Claressa. I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef. I know how she snaps when you disagree with her. I just disagree. Proverbs 22:6 say, if you start them off young, they won't part away from you in their old days. And that's why God gives you time to raise your kids, man. I've never seen Claressa Shields disrespect her mother, her father. She said she started boxing to spend time with her father. Floyd's kids are that way because he didn't spend time with them as a child. He didn't rear them as a child. He didn't instill discipline, integrity, character. The reason why she had a child with NBA Youngboy is because NBA Youngboy represents all the women that she saw. Whether it was through a newspaper, a magazine, a tabloid, or MySpace at the time. I don't know when it was, but yeah, she resembles that. And she believes she has to resemble that type of woman to get the attention of her father. Floyd, she sees how Floyd Mayweather treats her mother. Oh, money. Money. Take the money. Take the money. Take the money. You raise your kids. You discipline your kids. You instill intelligence in your kid. You instill, if you're a level of spirituality in your kids, you want your children to respect humanity. You want your children to respect and honor thy mother and father. If you don't do it young, they ain't gonna do it old. Proverbs 22:6 basically nails it down, man. You know, and I'm just here to tell you, that's why we got to be in our kids' lives. That's why I heard Claressa says, I'm not a girlfriend or I'm going to be someone's wife, because she understands it. She gets it. She gets the big picture. Floyd don't get it. Floyd just think he could just give someone $10,000 to watch his kids while he goes and does what he want to do. Nah, man. Floyd, you got to go make them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches yourself, man, at 4 years old. Nah, Floyd, you got to change them diapers. You got to wipe them bosoms. Yeah. You got to get up 3 o'clock in the morning when your wife don't want to get up because she's exhausted. And you got to pat your son or daughter on the back for 2.5 hours and put them in that rocking chair and just rock, and both of y'all fall asleep. Yeah, you got to wake up 8 o'clock in the morning and go to work with only 2 hours of sleep. Yeah. You got to go to those doctor's appointments when that baby's in that belly. You got to read to that child. You got to play Duke Ellington and John Coltrane and some blues and some jazz when they're in the belly. Yes. You got to gain those extra 5 pounds with your woman. Yes. That's the journey. God rewards that. Yes, you got to teach your child how to ride a bike. You got to be the first person to play Mario Brothers with them when you get that Nintendo. I'm dating myself. What is it, PS5 now? You got to. You got to be frustrated on Christmas Eve building that house for your daughter, wanting to give up. And you can't do it 2 days before because they gonna see it. So you got to get it done that night. You got to spend 4 hours putting it together every Christmas Eve with your food in the oven. You cooking in the kitchen and assembling the toys in the toy room. Yeah. You got to save up for that first house. You got to go through the growing pains. Who can get the second job? Who's going to pick up the kids? You got to go through that. It's the journey. And then when they get 22, guess what they do? You can trust them in the world. And then when you get 75, they say, hey, Dad, why don't you come live closer to us? Because what you want is, are we there yet at 5 years old? And what you want to be saying at 75 is, are we there yet? Role reverse. Once a man, twice a child. That's what it say in the good book. You raise your kids. You go to soccer practice on Saturday. You don't go out on Friday night. You stay home. You fall asleep watching Toy Story. You fall asleep on Friday night watching Toy Story. Yeah. You pop that popcorn. You decide whether you're going to go through drive-through or cook that night. This is parenthood. Are you going to sacrifice your Starbucks addiction for things that your children want? Or whatever your addiction, whatever way you got to save money. That's parenting. It's like when you cut weight, Floyd and Claressa, it turns you into that fight. This is what Roy Jones told me. He said he enjoyed cutting the weight because it built that mindset. It turned him into a killer. It turned him into a dog. Yeah, that's what parenting does. It puts those calluses on you. It heightens your learning. Who's going to take who? You got soccer practice and basketball practice. Your daughter got soccer practice. Your son got basketball practice. Who's going with who? You know you want to go with your son to basketball practice because it's indoors. You don't want to go outdoors. It's not that you don't want to go with your daughter. It's just the fact that it's outdoors and you don't want to be in the sun. Or it's too cold. You know what I'm saying? It's parenting. Boy, you don't have the calluses. You saying the kids going to do what they want. No, they don't. No, they don't. Yes. Oh, people going to say, but this. Yeah, you want to talk about the margins, yes. But 90% of these kids will respect humanity and respect their parents. Honor thy mother and father so your days may be long. Proverbs 22:6 tells the parents, man. So we can go back and forth and lie and fall in love with this social culture. I don't believe in social culture. No, I manipulate it. I play with it. I build culture at my dining room table. I told you guys. Y'all go ahead and have a good day, man. I'm gone.